Alien Earth. Make this official review. Alien Earth. I'm up to date. Now, I just recently looked up the timeline, where it falls in the timeline. And let me say before this, so far, it's entertaining. Visually, it's pretty cool. I love that universe, that whole Utani, the whole technology, like the retro. Oh shit. I don't. This is the vibe I got. This is the vibe I got of Alien Earth. This is what it wants to be. This is what Alien Earth wants to be. A group of kids. A group of kids fighting monsters. Cinematography in Alien Earth. The music. I get it, it's retro, right? The whole point is like retro, but it's like kids. It's like Stranger Things. I don't know if I make sense. That's the vibe I got. I was like, oh, this is Stranger Things with xenomorphs. She's 11. She's able to communicate with the Demigorg and the xenomorph. She's able to see, like, hear them and everything, right? That's what 11 did. She was able to see where they were at. She was able to track, locate the upside down and all that other shit. This is Alien Earth. This is lazy writing. And then I'll get into the timeline in a bit, but it's straight up it. The cinematography. It's like Stranger Things. And Stranger Things is Goosebumps, R.L. Stein's. I don't know if you've seen The Hub or something, but it's like classic, like kids and monsters. I don't know. Let's look at it. Let's look at some stuff. Here, we'll look at some clips. Spoilers. Here, we look at. It's just like the vibe.
Have you noticed Nibs has actually been infected? That's.
Oh my gosh. It is serious with this dude. Like some characters are it's supposed to be serious, but like it's between them, they're kids, right? So it's like funny, jokey, childish, and they're kids in synthetic bodies, which doesn't make sense because none of. Well, now we get into. I found out just recently, Alien Earth takes place before the first Alien movie. And it doesn't make sense because the first movie was about bringing the aliens to Earth, Weyland Yutani. It just doesn't make sense. Unless unless the mission with Ripley is her second attempt of acquiring Alien Earth hasn't really. I have to rewatch it actually. Might do that again. Cause do they get into? They haven't gone into how they collected or where they got the xenomorphs from. It just doesn't make sense. They never bring up the fact that they're synthetics or they can transfer human consciousness into synthetic bodies. That's never mentioned in Aliens 3, Alien Resurrection. Is it that? Was it a clone? I think it was just a complete clone of body. I don't think it was in synthetic or anything like they are. I don't know. I have to re. I never liked those movies, but they might have an important lore that might make sense for this series. But they never mention the fact that they're able to do that throughout the Alien franchise. The synths are AI. In the original like series universe, the synths are all AI. They never mention the fact of transfer of human actual transfer of consciousness. Clones, yeah, with Ripley, right? She's a clone. Does she have the memories? I forgot she had the memories. But that doesn't make sense. I have to rewatch Aliens 1 and 2. I have to rewatch the first movie. It could make sense. Because in the first movie, the eagerness for, I forgot the synth's name. The bad guy, I forgot his name. I can't believe I forgot his name. But like, he seemed to know a lot about it, or like, he kind of knew a lot about the creature, like how to deal with it, how to avoid it, especially, and like contain it in the first movie, right? So they already had knowledge about the Xenos. And also aren't the I haven't seen Alien Resurrection and I haven't seen the prequels. Let's look it up. 2104. 2091 is Prometheus. Alien Era take place in 2120. 2120. Before Alien. So it's in the middle of Alien Covenant. 2021. 2120. 2104 and 20. So it's in between Alien Covenant and Alien. So they did know about the xenomorphs. Then why is everyone complaining about the continuity? That's the one thing I saw people were complaining about. My problem is it being lazy. And like I said, it just feels like a Stranger Things. Like it doesn't feel like Alien. It feels like trying to be something trendy like Stranger Things. That's the vibe I got. It's not really horror based. I'm noticing about a lot of movies, monster movies, revamps of like classic monster movies, a bad villain monsters. They're all becoming good guys, right? Of course, they do have storylines and everything, but like they're making the xenomorph in Alien Earth. They're making it a good guy. Like she's being all sympathetic with the aliens. In Alien Earth, she's all sympathetic with them. She feels their pain. She's empathetic. The whole point of why I love these movies is how fucking scary they are. They're just built. They're built. They're built as parasites to exterminate species they don't want. I never seen the prequels. I never seen Prometheus or Covenant. I thought it was Resurrection. I never seen those two. But I've seen clips and they say like the whole point they created, the engineers they created the xenomorph was to get rid of us. Was to exterminate us. Because we were just deemed as a failure. I have to watch those movies now. I never appreciated those ones. Whoa. Chill. Hmm. So they always knew about the xenomorphs. My complaint, it's just childish. Like it's for little kids. They're trying to market to younger people. OG Alien is like horror themed. This is all horror themed. This is entertainment, younger audience. It is gory. They do a good job. This is the trailer. Oh my gosh. It's a cash grab. Like I'm saying, it's a Stranger Things theme. Stranger Things vibes. It's the best way to describe it. Stranger Things. It's trying to market towards that audience. That retro, that young retro. A lot of young kids, young people, young adults into like that retro fit. Baggy jeans again are becoming a big thing. Ripped jeans, baggy jeans, old vintage shirts, faded shirts, vintage video games, consoles. I mean, Pokemon cards, those are like vintage, like that's pre technology, like, right? Cards and shit. It's been around forever as an entertainment. I don't know. People, I can see it as, I can see how it's continuity. I can see how it doesn't really affect it because they always knew about the Xenos. So an alien, it makes sense. How an alien, we'll get into all them. The Sith android. What the fuck was his name? Alien cast. Jeez. Perez? Villain. of course, the alien's a villain, but oh my gosh, dude, why is this so? Ash. He played Ash, the synth droid. Synth. Oh my gosh, bro. Androids. Bishop? Nah, he was a good one. What the hell was his name, bro? Why is it so hard to search a freaking thing? Just give me the exact synth's name. Movie cast. So annoying. Bro. Fuck, dude. This is mad annoying. But I wanted to talk about his character. Because in the movie, you could see signs how, like, he's aware of how it behaves and how to deal with it. Because Wayland Yutani, the company, pre-Alien, has already dealt with the Xenomorph in Covenant. And I'm sure in Prometheus they got into it, but in Covenant, because Alien Earth takes place 2020, they said 2120, in between Alien Covenant and Alien. So I don't know why people complain about the continuity. It makes sense. The company has history, pretty old ass history. Fuck, I want to know his name. I'm obsessed with this. It is pissing me off. Maybe Alien in that. Jeez Louise. Ash. His name was Ash. He knew how to contain it. He knew how to deal with the whole thing. He was programmed. Ash, played by Ian Holm, was a high synthetic and alien franchise. Ash was a science officer assigned. Same with Alien Earth. This dude, he's the same thing as Ash. and a science officer. He was the officer. To capture the rest of his crew. To capture the xenomorph on a study. And that's from Covenant, Prometheus. They knew where to go. They already knew the location and everything. But the crew didn't know. That's why he had orders to allow the creature to kill the crew as long as the creature survives the specimen. They knew what they were dealing with to thrive in order to accomplish his mission. Bishop, Aliens, and Aliens 3. He was a good synthetic. Executive officer. Yeah, so I mean, I'm still gonna watch Alien Earth. It's entertaining. I won't take it too seriously. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, at least it's something, you know. We've been waiting so long because the prequel, Covenant and Prometheus, they're really not like they're more into the backstory than the aliens. Is what I heard about them. It's like very backstory driven. The engineers. Then my favorites are of course Alien because it's about the alien. Aliens. Alien Romulus. Oh, I forgot about Romulus. They fucked up with Romulus. Romulus was a cash grab. It's not even considered canon. Like it's doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I think it's the same ship because they come across Ash. In Alien Romulus, they encounter Ash, so it's the same ship that Ripley was on. The Nostromo. An Alien. They messed up. They had alien isolation. They couldn't have done about her daughter. Because in Aliens, she wakes up from cryo. Is it Aliens? Yeah. She learns that her daughter is all grown and lived a life and died at like 70 or 80 or something like that. An elder, right? They could have done a whole story about her daughter with Alien Romulus. In Alien Isolation, you play as Amanda Ripley, her daughter. They just. I don't know what that was about. They could have done something about with your daughter. Of course, Alien 3 in 80, she gets sent to a prison. Oh no, okay. In the end of Aliens, they're in the pods, right? And they're in cryo, so they can't really control the ship. And they crash land into a prison. Unfortunately, I think the kid dies. And of course, we get Alien Resurrection. It's like 100 years or two in the future. They resurrect her with her DNA, and that was the end of that's the end of the franchise chronologically. I love it. Three's okay. Once you get to Resurrection, it's like, yeah, definitely not my favorite. Romulus, I'd rather watch Romulus than Resurrection. Romulus just straight up was lazy. Ending was Resurrection ending. Alien human hybrid. Nostromo. Ash. It was nostalgia. Nostalgia bait. Romulus disappointing. It was entertaining. It was visually good. It was alien. They did a good job, but it was like rushed. I could tell it was rushed and just money grab. Never seen these. Can't say too much about them yet. Have to watch them. They're lore based, so I'm assuming they are good because you learn about the reason for everything, a little history. So, Alien Earth, like I said, it's not horror themed anymore. It's not towards the horror audience. It's towards Netflix. It's Netflix competition to Stranger Things. Because you can only stream it on Hulu, right? Stream. I think Hulu and like a few other. Hulu. Just Watch. I always see Just Watch. I don't know what that is. I don't know if I would trust that. FX. I could see that because FX is like no Netflix. Alien Earth is a competitor to Stranger Things. It's why they have kids, a group of kids, right? Putting them into adult bodies, into adult situations, like in Stranger Things, a bunch of kids fighting monsters. It's it's for the new demographic. I don't know how else to explain it. The new villain is this alien, the eye creature alien. That's the villain, the one that goes in your eye. This is the pet now. Xenomorphs are pets. Watch them start selling plushies. Watch. Start selling little shit like that. Little dolls. Watch. I'm still gonna watch. It's entertaining. I don't like what they did. It makes no sense. Romulus and Earth make no sense. They're just cash grabs. Straight up nostalgia cash grabs. Alien Earth is a competitor to Stranger Things. It's the sum. That's the sum of it. That's my take on that.